What brought me to work with Zach was a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of doubts, a lot of uncertainty related to business, right? And I just felt like I was really being held back by my mindset. I didn't feel like I had that successful business owner mindset that I needed to have to achieve the kind of success I wanted to achieve in business.
What led me to Zach to ask for help? I was dealing with intense burnout, bad emotions behind it, shame and guilt.
Over a period of several months, just ground to a halt in my business and what I was doing. And basically what that caused me was a lot of anxiety, a lot of distress. I was unsure what steps to take, I was unsure where to do. I was waking up in the morning and I had this sort of like flat feeling. I didn't feel motivated, I didn't feel energized.
I had a difficulty to have that CEO mindset. Basically, I'm an artist. I'm someone that likes to help people, I'm good at communicating, but I'm not really the type of person that was great at leading a team, and I was highly, doubtful when making important decisions, and this was creating a lot of stress.
I was very perfectionistic, I was very control freak. I had to learn and I was having troubles learning how to detach myself a little bit and enjoy the abundance without being very tight about it.
I was not living a life that was enjoyable at all. It was constant doubting myself. Not only was it not enjoyable, but it was not actually livable because my business was not making any money. I was constantly doubting myself. I was constantly in my head on consultation calls with clients, undermining myself in everything that I say. It was coming across as if I was a fraud. And I just felt this huge sense of being a fraud socially as well. I go to the gym and I kind of feel like hiding. I'd go to the climbing gym and I wouldn't talk to so many people because it translated over into other areas of my life as well. So it was so important for me to dedicate energy to fixing this.
Is teaching what I can only describe as cutting edge psychological technology. He also teaches rapid modality techniques for inner healing. What I didn't realize until I started getting into the more intense work with Zach was just how broken I was inside. I know that sounds really bad, but just how much stuff inside me was misaligned. So many incongruent aspects of my internal thoughts and processes and feelings to what I was trying to achieve and all of that stuff. And what Zach's helped me do is align all of that and realign it and get rid of all the negativity and get rid of all the despair and anything that's low level, vibration, and completely turn all that aspect of me around so that I'm just constantly feeling buoyant, I'm constantly feeling happy, I'm constantly feeling alive, I'm constantly feeling excited. It still goes like this, but because Zach's teaching how to resolve that, it's just this beautiful upward trend of happiness and success, right? Tangible results are just overall well-being and feeling. I'm so much happier. I'm getting so much more work done. I'm not distracted by anything. I'm not finding myself being pulled away by notifications and stuff. It's like I'm in the zone, I'm in the flow, I'm doing work, and I'm just getting so much more done. And boom, 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 because I'm not distracted by bad feelings or worry or anxiety or anything like that. It's all, not all, but it's being eliminated, and I continue to work through that every time it arises. So it's just getting better and better, right?
I was able to experience a new paradigm of growth without having to be all the time in control and needing to have everything set out and stuff like that. I was more relaxed, found more abundance, and I reached new levels in business and in my life in terms of financial as well as peacefulness inside me. I worked, I went to psychotherapy in the past, very helpful that as well. Zach provided was a tool that I can have with me anytime I need to regain my stillness, to regain my inner peace, seeing problems from another perspective, not as threats, but more as opportunities. So I'm able to switch into that way of thinking, for sure, much quicker now than I was able before I worked with Zach. The program was very well structured, and I think it was one of the best explanations that I've ever had in my life. Maybe I think it's the best explanation that I had in my life for the confusion I was finding myself into at that time before I started. It was very well structured, step by step, without needing to rush through it. Everything, the curriculum, the community as well, and Zach, like all these three pillars, like absolutely perfect, like tremendously helpful to be part of those the group calls, but also like taking feedback one-on-one from Zach. That's amazing. All these three things together, like it provide like the best pathway and the most clear pathway through the clouds of confusion that I was finding myself into.
Basically, it helped me totally clear my mental space. So after only a few weeks in the program, I could really experience and sense clarity in my mind, clarity in my thoughts, and I would be able to work so much more with intensity and with focus. And a big one as well for me was detaching from all these bad emotions I was in, like guilt and shame. I would wake up with a feeling of guilt and shame and some anxiety, and I could totally detach from it. So that was huge wins. I actually learned how to handle family issues way better, how to interact with my family and how to not be triggered anymore, because I was really triggered easily in certain aspects of my life. In my business, everything changed as well. I became much more resourceful, much more creativity focused, and I became just more effective. I started to feel a sense of gratitude, huge sense of gratitude when I was waking up in the morning and when I was going in the bed at night. So that was something really, really interesting, and that really, made my life really much more bright. And I had this sense of presence with everything I was doing. Either I was working in my business or doing sports or working out or just hanging out with my friends. This work I did with Zach really helped me to be more grounded in myself and not to be literally the slave of my emotions. Another thing is that I realized that life doesn't have to be hard. There's this sense of effortlessness that Zach teaches us. You don't have to grind your way through success. It can actually be very easy. And that's something that is helping me right now and is going to help me in my future successes in my business. A whole paradigm shift in my view of success and how to be successful and how to work and how to invest time and energy into your business. So that's really a huge mindset shift for me that I really internalized.
The most important thing to me, like, of course, sales have gone up. Of course, I've gotten more clients. Completely honest, as you know, that does not matter to me whatsoever. And that's just not me being high and mighty and being like, I don't care about the money. But it's actually understanding that all I really do care about is providing my clients with results. Before I joined with you, like way before, I was giving them results. And then just before I joined with you, it was 2.5 months of slowly dying out and feeling like a fraud, grinding like teeth and nail just to get any type of results. Now it feels like an effortless kind of flow in my client calls because I'm not doubting myself anymore. I am certain of what I'm saying, and that comes across to them. And when they feel that I am certain in what I say, they pick it up and they believe it and they embody it a lot easier, a lot more, or they have that trust in me because I have that self-trust in myself. They are able to get results, and because they're able to get results, it is upgrading the quality of clients bringing in because the testimonials are getting way better, and it's a huge upward spiral that is coming from that, strictly because I have that certainty back inside myself. That's the main thing. Like, there's no doubt that I can help people.
They've been absolutely incredible. I now feel like I can let go of any limiting belief that comes up. I can let go of any emotional charge that comes up. It's completely night and day compared to the last program I was in. This one is so much better, and it's actually brought me the results I wanted to see. And I'm fully confident now that no matter what comes up emotionally, in terms of a mindset challenge, I can process it rapidly, I can let go of it, and I can make the progress I need to make in business.
And what I was working on inside, there was a gap there that I wasn't able to quite fulfill. And with Zach's teaching and tools, I was able to get to the root of my insecurities and understand where exactly those blockages were coming from. I was able to also integrate those practices into what I already was doing, which for me, that's a sign that someone really knows what he's doing, is when he is able to make his own practices your own and you're able to use them and not just follow what he does. And Zach is really good at that. So I integrated that into my own practices. In terms of business results, in the 2 months that I was working with Zach, I stopped doing lead generation completely. I didn't search for a single client. Despite that, I attracted a lot more clients than before. We made 2 times over, like consecutively back to back, over 30K per month, attracting the perfect clients that I wanted to work with. It was just pure pleasure. And on top of that, I would say that I had a lot less stress making those decisions. And to be fair, I'm at the point right now where I know that I have this CEO mindset. I was able to clarify things with my team members and really align them with my own vision. My vision that as I was going through the program became also a lot more clear, and funny enough was going more and more to what I initially envisioned when I started this journey a while back, before I started to listen to all the advice of all the business coaches that suggest, to change the model, all that stuff. I was going to what I really wanted, and it felt amazing. I had such a better energy and such a more, like an open heart, that I started to attract more and more potential partners. And that's probably like the most surprising thing that I got from this program, is that I started to talk to more and more people that were very aligned with my vision and that were, there to maybe collaborate with me, give me some advice, or I was able to help them. And honestly, this program has just put together those 2 pieces of my life, this success that I was going through and what I was feeling inside. And Zach's teaching just gave me that domino that was missing in the middle to help everything just flow. If you're curious and you're intrigued and you're considering to work with Zach, there is not a better testimonial than from someone that is in your field as a competitor that recommends you someone. And Zach is someone like that. I would recommend Zach to anyone. At this point, he's really a friend in my mind, and he is someone that is going to take great care of you. If you feel like you have some sort of resonance with Zach, you're going to get a lot out of that.
The experience has been phenomenal. The amount of care and quality of support that he gives you is really second to none. Like, he really, really cares about you. He cares about your success. He cares about your progress. Any question you have, anything that's unclear, he's really, really happy to go into as much detail as you need, to give you as much clarity as you need, so you can make the progress you want to make. He really, really cares about your progress and making sure that you get to live not just the quality of business you want, but the quality of life you want in general, right? How do you actually want to feel? How do you want to think? How do you want to be with life in general, in all areas? And he really makes sure that you get those results. The coaching itself, just the way everything's explained, the way everything's laid out, it's really, really done to a high standard. And I couldn't recommend working with him anymore. If you have limiting beliefs related to business, you find that you're having to push through a lot of doubts, a lot of insecurities, maybe you feel like you want to give up in your business at times, maybe you feel like things aren't working, things are moving slowly, or, even if you have a lot of fear related to business and taking that next step, I highly, highly recommend working with Zach, because he will do everything in his power to ensure you get the result.
What I would like to tell someone who is still hesitating to do this program with Zach, and he's like, I don't know if it's worth the time, the money, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the results. This program, the name of the program is Self-Mastery Accelerator, and it bears his name perfectly, because I will tell you, the improvements I had, and I've been through these 2 months, only 2 months, were way more than what I've overcome in 5 years, basically. It's such a shortcut. It seems even unreal. It helps you move forward so quickly. If I compare myself and where I'm at right now to where I was before doing the program, it feels like 2 separated worlds. It's just amazing. So it's such a shortcut to becoming unstoppable, basically. Just don't wait any longer. Go for it. Ask Zach your questions. He's gonna answer it. And just do it, because it's so much worth the time and the money invested. That's incredible, really. And Zach is a very good coach. He's really taking care about keeping you on the right track and answering every questions you would have. And he really invested his whole, I mean, he shares a lot of love towards his program and towards his members, and you will be really taken care of. And yeah, he's a great guy. He will hold you accountable, and you will reach your results for sure. So don't hesitate and just do it. Yeah, that was an amazing experience for me, and I don't regret it. And I've been learning so much, and all of these results and tools I've been learning, I'm going to apply them until the rest of my life. So yeah, that was an amazing experience.
Anyone thinking about joining Zach's program, it's a no-brainer. You know, you probably don't even realize how much he's going to help you. You don't even realize how much stuff you've got internally that's holding you back. So whatever your results are now, you can double, triple, 10x them. It's a guarantee. Every person that was also on that program with me with Zach, the more intensive one, all had the same results. Everyone. So, you know, and for me, I thought I was doing fine. I really did. But I got so bad and got to the point where I was like, well, something's wrong. But no, I'm all good. Like, yeah, my mindset's sorted. You know, it's just an ego position. So thanks, Zach, for all the work that you do. Really love it. Really excited for the future. And yeah, if you're thinking about working with Zach, it's a no-brainer. Just do it.
Just go for a call. Like just have a call with Zach. From my experience, Zach is like the definition of professionalism. Like, he's very professional. What I would recommend people is just jump on a call with Zach. Like, hey, discuss the problems that you are going through. I'm 100% sure that if he's not the right fit, he will say no. If he's the right fit, he will tell you like what are the things that you need to work on. I have teammates that joined the Zach coaching, and they also had like great results. I say that as a recommendation for the people that I work with. That's why I can safely say it as well for you. But you know, at the end, it's everyone's one decision. So just jump into a call, or just reach to him, discuss with him, see on your side if that makes sense or not. For me, I can for sure give like a very warm and strong recommendation, because Zach is like amazing. I think he's going to be like massive soon. So now you have the chance to work with him very closely, and I really mean that. I really mean that. Zach, thank you as well for everything that you did and everything that you do. You are amazing. You are incredible. I don't say this for everybody, so this is not like overselling. I'm not trying to oversell. For sure, disclaimer here is not magic. Please, if you're watching this video and considering working with Zach, it's not like going into something and boom, it works like that. It takes like your discipline as well into this. You need to like put in the work and focus on Zach, and you know, join the calls and everything. But if you do that, like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
To be honest, every massive change in my life has happened when I've invested in something and put leverage down to leverage myself to take the right actions. Because if I did not need leverage, if I did not need to put money down to leverage myself to take actions, then YouTube videos would work for everybody. Then that would be the solution. All I need to do is watch a mindset video on YouTube and I won't have this problem anymore. But no, it's because I need to go through a structured process. So what I would tell myself is, Chase, nothing's going to change unless you do, unless you put time, energy, and money into solving this thing that is absolutely sucking joy and fulfillment from your life. Just look at Zach. I would tell myself, look at Zach and look at a video that he's doing, because once you see the work that he's able to do, it'll be a no-brainer for you. And then I would just watch you and I'd say, yeah, I was right. That's a no-brainer for me.